What's up, everybody? Welcome to You Collect What? Episode
Hey.
3.
Yeah, man. Just hanging out, man. Enjoying myself. I got that song, Summer Breeze, stuck in my head. I don't know why. It was that music I heard you playing earlier. Kind of like, Summer Breeze. I'm just like, yeah, all right. So, yeah, I'm doing all right, man. I'm good. I'm excited. Episode 3, right? Fanatics.
Character Fanatics tonight. I'm
Awesome.
excited for it. We have 3 awesome guests. We have Jason Carpenter, a.k.a. JigpoolNC, over on Instagram and YouTube. We also have Gary B., the casual comic guy. He's here to show off his Conan the Barbarian collection.
Nice.
Awesome stuff. And we also have, last but not least, Joseph from Wolverine's comic shop to show us some awesome Wolverine stuff. So I'm ready to bring them out. What about you, Frank?
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to go here, man. Because I know they have a lot, so we should just get going here on this whole thing and just see where the night takes us. I think
Let's do it, man.
Awesome. All right, cool.
Well, first up, we'll bring out Gary B., the casual comic guy. He was here first, so I'll bring him out first. Welcome, Gary B. How you doing, man?
Thank you. I'm doing well, man. Yourselves?
Doing great. Glad
Awesome.
to hear.
Ready to show some stuff and get going.
Awesome.
I'm super excited.
Well, next up, we have Joseph from Wolverine's comic shop, y'all. He's going to be showing us some awesome Wolverine stuff tonight. What's up, Joseph? How are you, man?
What's going on, fam? I'm so stoked, so happy to be here. Super excited. Yes. You guys are in for a treat. Your subscribers, your viewers, y'all are in for something real special tonight. Let me tell you.
Yes, I know you'll be bringing the heat, man. That's why I ask you, because I see you all the time doing unboxings over there on Instagram. Always good stuff. Last but not least, though, we have my man Jason Carpenter, aka JigpoolNC. Find him on Instagram or YouTube, doing his funny skits and stuff on IG. Hilarious guy, though. Glad to have you with us, man.
I appreciate you guys having me. How's everybody doing?
Great.
Awesome.
Doing good.
But basically the theme tonight, the reason we asked you 3, in case you guys at home don't know, is because they all 3 have amazing collections surrounding one particular character. And with that being said, who wants to go first tonight and show off their collections?
Show off their wares.
Yes.
I think we start with Gary there because he was the first one to jump on.
Gary B.
Gary, please take the honors away.
Gary B.
Let me switch this up where I can put Gary up on the
throw it up. Boop, 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 boop,
big screen. I'm a rookie here, so y'all give me just a second. Okay.
It's only like now 33 episodes of your other show, and you're so rookie. Yeah.
Well, I don't do open.
There's nothing wrong with amateur hour. We all started somewhere.
I didn't even see the shirt, too. Look at that.
What? Oh.
Yeah, I just noticed the shirt. Oh, that's awesome. I actually have that poster on my wall over here.
Wow.
You can't see that's awesome.
What is it about Conan? What got you into Conan the Barbarian, first off?
Roy Thomas. So the run of 58 through 100 is my favorite run of comics. And basically that took the Queen of the Black Coast story, which was a one-off story by Robert E. Howard. All his Conan tales were one-offs. And they were never in chronological order. He wrote them as they came to him. But this story was about Conan's one true love, Belit. And it was the one woman that he was subservient to and would take direction from. And it showed a different side of Conan. And I got those books when I was young. And then I was hooked on the character ever since. Roy Thomas led me to Robert E. Howard. And now I read Robert E. Howard year-round. Conan, King Kull, Solomon Kane, Bran McMorn, all his horror stories, nice. Dark Agnes. If anyone has never read The Swordswoman, those have the most brutal beginning for a character. Where she's basically given a knife to kill herself so she doesn't have to marry someone, and she slaughters him instead and takes off to learn a craft.
I love fairy tales. That's awesome. That's great.
That's just brilliant.
That's crazy.
But to start out, I was going to start with now Robert E. Howard died in the 30s. This was printed posthumously after his death. This is the only first printing Howard work I have. And this has The Veil of Lost Women. This is the Magazine of Horror.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
So it's a
man.
first
Cool.
print. It's got the story in there. And it's an odd Conan tale because Conan's kind of in the background the whole thing, and you're seeing Conan through this woman's eyes who needs saving.
So how did you hear about that particular key right there, or that particular book? I mean,
Wow.
Oh, I just did my research.
so you just went down the rabbit hole, and it was one of the ones that you ran into.
Right. Well, it was an affordable one. The
Okay.
other ones, you need to sell the house, the kids, the car, and a few of the neighbors to get.
Oh shit.
That's good to know, though. Yeah.
The other ones were all first appearances in Weird Tales magazine, and forget that, you're paying thousands and thousands per issue.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
Okay.
All right. I didn't know all that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's wild, though. I've never seen anything like that before. That is not something you see every day. So that's pretty unique.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. And we all know my channel logo, so I'm just going to show this real quick because it was a birthday gift from Anachronic Comics, who had sketched me in my Conan gear. With
Oh,
my
that's
logo.
awesome.
That is
Nice.
great.
Super cool.
Very cool.
So shout
love
out to Anachronic Comics.
Yeah, I love
Now we're
that.
going to get into some books.
Shout out Anachronic Comics.
I only brought about half my Conan keys, Conan books slabs, but of course you have to start with issue 1 with the Barry Windsor Smith cover.
Wow.
I love that cover so
One
much.
of the best covers
Love it.
ever, in my opinion. But
It
there's
really
one
is.
other cover I think is even better. But we'll get to that in a second. So, first appearance of Red Sonja.
All right. That's
Oh, cool.
And I
Okay,
know
so I
like
got
that,
you.
yeah.
Okay. I'm going.
All
First
right.
appearances.
First Red
Time.
Sonja on cover.
I got it.
And that's
Pause
my
camera.
favorite Red Sonja outfit. The full male shirt and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, I like that a lot.
Then we have one of my all-time favorite Conan issues. This is what set me to read Queen of the Black Coast by Robert E. Howard and made me a fan for life. This is Conan the Barbarian, issue 100. I have about 15 copies of it. Probably some in better shape than this one, but this one's special because it's signed by Roy Thomas.
Oh,
Ooh.
sweet.
Oh yeah.
Super
A
nice.
great John Buscema cover, Ernie Chan inks, but this cover started out as an Ernie Chan sketch, and then John Buscema finished it off with a different look on the face under the direction of Roy Thomas. But it's one of the few covers, too, where you see some emotion on Conan that's different than fighting and plotting. He's just in grief.
So, what about Conan? Like, what was when did you get into it? What year? How old were you?
I had to be 8. I think I was 8 years old.
Okay.
So I started reading that. It was Conan, and then at 11 or 12, it was also Clive Barker, and I read him my whole life. So this is another great writer, mostly known for horror. And this is Conan 137, signed by Bruce Jones, with a great John Buscema cover. I love the red background. I just think it really pops.
No,
That's
that
a
looks
great
great with
signature
that trade
placement.
dress.
Right. And the action on it's just fantastic. A gift from Rob Fat Stacks of Comics. He gave me that raw, and I sent it in to get graded.
Oh,
Some of these are gifts. So this next one is also a gift from Rob Fat Stacks of Comics. I sent this one in to get graded. Another great John Buscema cover. This is issue 140. And I like the blue.
Oh,
And,
yeah, that's beautiful.
Just a great one. We got
The signature placements on these books, man, they are it's like perfect signature placement. I love
Bruce
that.
Jones
They really
did
are.
great. So here's another Roy Thomas one. And now I got to find where it's signed again. He did a good. Well, I can't. So this is Conan the Adventurer #1. This is an embossed cover. So I can't believe I still got a 9/8 on it.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh,
Raphael
man.
Keonan cover.
I've never seen that before. That's awesome.
There it's
That's
showing.
beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Roy
That's
Thomas.
nice.
This one not so well. It's up here. The placement's good, but it's in gold pen and it kind of sinks into the background. And now this was a gift from Cali Comics, and this was Conan #1 from Dark Horse, and this is signed by Kurt Busiek.
didn't
And of
know
course,
Dark
this is a
Horse
cover
was
by
nice.
Dark Horse, nice.
That's sick. I didn't know that Dark Horse did a Conan run.
They did it. They did it for about 10 years.
Oh,
Now
okay.
this one is a really. I got the next three are gifts. The next four are gifts, and then I'm done my review. This one, if you guys know who Varangian Vigilante is, his name is Thorson. I became friends with him when he had his YouTube channel up, but unfortunately, where he lives in Austria, they made it the laws with YouTube so strict he just wasn't worth doing YouTube. But he is a guy that knows a lot of people, and he was sitting down one day having a lunch with Mahmoud Asrar, and he told Mahmoud Asrar, as Mahmoud was just sketching him a cover for fun, that I was a huge Conan fan, a friend of his, and that Mahmoud was my favorite Conan artist since John Buscema. So Mahmoud pulls out this Conan Il Barbaro Italian version and
Wow.
signs it,
Wow.
personalizes it to Gary B.
Oh, that's
Mahmoud
awesome.
Asrar.
That's cool.
That's
That's
priceless.
cool.
So
Yeah, that's super
this
cool.
came all the way from Austria to me. Still got a 9.8.
That's super
cool.
nice.
What?
And then
That's amazing.
the first time I met my buddy Matt Woods.
Shout out Matt Woods.
Yep.
Right.
We met at a diner I picked, and I bought him breakfast, but he didn't come unprepared. He brought me this Alex Ross cover, Savage Sword of Conan, which is an homage to all the old magazine. You can see all the covers in the background.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I like the background on that.
I like that.
Who did the cover again?
The next two books are the really pricey ones.
That was dope.
Gary B, you said Alex Ross on that last cover?
Yes.
Alex Ross, awesome.
So Alex Ross cover.
Yeah, it's dope.
That's nice.
Yeah, I
And
love
Alex Ross is very hit or miss for me. This is 100% hit. That's just
God, that looks. I mean, you could see like the muscle fiber. Like he did a great job on that. That is crazy.
right. This next one is Boris Vallejo cover, and I got this. My buddy here, Mike McKellar, sold it to me. This book for $20. I
Nice.
sent it
Wow.
in. I got a 9.8 on it, which makes it a $1,000 book. And this is the Savage Sword of Conan, #1 in a 9.8.
Oh, sweet! Look at that.
I love those
Can't beat that.
magazine
That's
formats.
beautiful.
those are
Yeah,
awesome.
I like that a lot.
What's the year on that,
everybody
Gary?
thinks that Boris Vallejo was the first one to put Red Sonja in the bikini armor, but that is a misnomer. It is actually Esteban Murato.
That thing is
What-
beautiful.
What was the year on that?
Oh, this I think 74. Yeah, 74.
I agree with you, man. I love those magazines, man. magazines,
Well, you're gonna
are
like the next one.
magazines,
This is from
graphic novels. Ooh, that's like my bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
This is from 1971, and this is twice the price of the other one. This is Savage Tales #1, a John Buscema painted cover
Oh,
in a
sweet.
94.
The book that has a lewd in me.
Well,
It's a
and
beautiful
this
copy, man.
this is a tough book because I love it for Conan, but the reason it's expensive, it's the first appearance of Man Thing.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So his
Wow.
first black and white story is in this book.
Wow. Okay.
That's amazing in a
man.
9.4. Congratulations to you, Gary.
That was a
awesome.
gift from Matt Woods for my birthday. So
Wow.
Jeez.
What a great birthday gift.
Yeah,
and,
right. Like,
him and Anachronic Comics Joe drove up from their places to meet me here in Rochester. We went to a comic show after, and they surprised me with this at a dinner.
Holy ROI.
Right? That's
crazy.
around. Sorry it took so long.
Nah, dude, that's
God.
cool.
oh, that's
That was
awesome.
amazing. I
Yeah,
don't think I've ever
awesome,
geeked
Gary.
out so much over Conan before. That was sweet.
Yeah, and he's a character that I don't know a whole lot about, so I enjoy learning. It's fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Joe,
My
you
older
wanna
brother was
tell
a
us,
big Conan fan.
My Conan news basically revolves around, Arnold Schwarzenegger and movies. That's basically
Yeah,
where it
right.
starts and ends.
I have some Conan like comics and magazines in my storage area that I'm now like, maybe I should go look at those and see what I actually have. Now after
Right.
watching you, I'm like, oh, maybe I have some stuff I'm unaware of. Like,
When it came out in 2019, I do have 2 of the Schwarzenegger covers too.
man, I do like. That's where I know most of it's from. Yeah.
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Oh yeah, look at the comic man. Yeah.
just living a dream here, one comic book at a time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here you got some Wolverine heat that you brought tonight to show us. Some cool
I'm
Wolverine
stretch it
stuff.
out here a little bit. You know,
Jeez,
stretch it
yeah,
out here a
get
little
ready.
bit. Yeah, where do you guys want me to begin? You want me to begin with a story? You want me to begin with a surprise unboxing? Where would you guys like me to start?
Well, let us know what it is about Wolverine. What got you into the character? At what point in your life that you found Wolverine, and what got you into the character? Why do you love him so much?
Great, yeah. So it starts really with Superman, okay? Because Superman is my first character, my first love. Okay. Growing up, my very first book that I ever received, I was 9 years old, was an X-Men book, right? So God Love, Man Kills, okay, Marvel Graphics novel. And then, I always had watched, Superman movies, and growing up. And so Superman was always my love. But my first comic book was an X-Men book with Wolverine on the front cover. All right. And, growing up, I didn't really adapt too much to X-Men and Wolverine. I was all about Superman, And as I was getting a little bit older, I started to discover Wolverine. I think I was about 14 years old. So from 9 to about 14 years old. And I discovered this guy, and he's small, a small dude, small guy, scrappy, angry. And he was basically the yang to my Superman's yang, right? He's the yin to my yang. And so you have this cookie cutter, clean cut, I can fly, I got every power under the sun, Superman. And then you got Wolverine. He's just like an animal created in a lab. He's a loner all by himself. And so to me, it was just kind of like an adaptation of just kind of going from my yin to my yang, and Wolverine just being a little scrappy guy. I'm only 5'2". I think in the comic books, Wolverine's like 5'1", something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're about that side,
yeah. He's going after and he's attacking Sentinels. And for me, growing up in high school and stuff like that, I always felt that. I was always I always got to be scrappy, and I always got to go, attack the big guys and stuff like that. And that's how I carried myself. That's what I did. So that's really where the love of just, Wolverine kind of came in. In fact, look, he's got healing powers. He's indestructible. And he's got just claws that just gouge out your face whenever he wants to. So, yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good reason. I mean, that's sounds good to me. Well, what did you bring for us?
So look, if you guys don't know, for your followers and viewers, all right, over on Wolverine's Comic Shop, what we do is we unbox epic shit. We do it all the time. Okay. Nice. And last Friday, a book came in, and I was going to unbox. I said, you know what? There's no perfect time than to show Steve's followers and Frank's followers amazing freaking unboxing. So I have it here for you right now. Okay. This is not only a grail, this is a key. I only own one of these at this time right now, and it is at a Roy Thomas signing. So we're gonna bust right into it for you.
Is it?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So check this out, right? Let's go into the whole spiel, right? What's up, fam, and welcome to another one of Wolverine Comic Shop's unboxing, brought to you by Frank Bees and S Vaughn 82. Where all we do is unbox grails and keys all day long.
Yes, sir.
This one's for you guys.
Fingers crossed, brother.
Oh my God.
Oh,
what?
Wow.
What?
So
that's a flex.
During last week,
nice.
During last week, some shit went down, and this book just happened to pop up. It actually popped up about 2 weeks ago, and quickly disappeared. And I don't know if it's the same exact book, but it popped up again, and it was there for all of 45 minutes. And I was like, oh hell no, this one's not getting away from me this time. So we got 8.5 CGC 8.5 white pager, Hulk 180, first appearance of Wolverine, signed by Roy Thomas.
Jesus.
Right?
Yes.
And there you go in all its glory.
Nice, bro.
Oh my
we
God.
have I do have a 5.5 that I sent off for the Roy Thomas signing. So we're gonna see exactly what that comes back. But we'll have two. We'll have two now in the collection, and I will share.
Signature.
Well, that's the whole point.
He's one of the icons that built the comic industry.
Oh my God.
He did a whole lot. I'll say this, Gary. I've been kind of riding Roy Thomas now for about the last year, and I don't think the man gets the due respect. I don't think he gets the respect he's due, man.
All the titles he juggled, all the titles he wrote, not only for Marvel, but when he went over to DC, he wrote tons of their titles at the same time too.
Absolutely. The number of also characters that he created or co-created within the universe. When I kind of went back and, Conan was actually on my list. It was a book to actually pick up and send off to the Roy Thomas, signing. He's created just so many characters within the Marvel universe. It's mind blowing. Right. He got his original start in Glamour, in Marvel Comics Glamour magazine, back in 1965. Stan Lee had him write one of his first comic books from Marvel.
And he was a good little player too, because when he did that What If issue with Conan in the present day, he drew the girl and wrote the girl he was interested in it, Danny, and he's still married to her to this day.
Really? Wow. I did not know that.
Oh, shit. Wow.
That's a cool fact.
That's pretty cool.
She was the cabbie.
Just out of curiosity, give or take, how many Wolverine books do you think you have? Like slabs. We'll say slabs. How many slabs?
Slabs right now, roughly about like 65, 70.
Wow.
Full transparency. I'm down to my last maybe 25, 30 Wolverine Raw comic books. The goal was always basically to kind of burn through, the Wolverine collection, get slabbed what I wanted to get slabbed, get CGC signature what I could. I would say like 80-90% of the collection is all original books that I purchased, and so now I'm just kind of at that mold right now where I got my collection down to exactly what I want it and what I need it to be. But man, it's been so painful to, let books go that I, bought off the rack when I was 13, 14 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you, every single one that I sold, there's a note in there. There's a note in there that tells exactly where I was when I bought it, what the deal was, and for them to either carry on that story or let it crash and burn. So
that's pretty cool. I like that you
really
did
cool.
that.
That's deep.
Yeah.
You know what it is, and I always ask when I'm buying, I always ask like, what's the story of the book? Because each book has a story. It all started somewhere and it all ends, somewhere. And hopefully, obviously, I always I want that ending to be, with me within my collection. But it always ends up going somewhere else. So yeah, each book has a really awesome story.
Yeah. Love it, man.
All right. I'm not really sure how the hell I'm gonna, follow that up, but I got something for you guys. I got something for you guys. So here's something you maybe don't see every day. So this is a Wolverine 102.5 Wolverine Wizard magazine. This is actually this is signed by Frank Miller. And so what this essentially is hold on, let me get a good shot. There we go. Essentially what this is, this was a Wizard magazine mail away. And so the only way you'd be able to actually get it is you'd have to rip out the mail away from the Wizard magazine. I was a Wizard magazine subscriber growing up.
Me too.
And so what I would do is, isn't it great? I wish they kind of still had them. And so what I would do is I'd rip out the inserts and I'd ride my bike to 7-Eleven, get myself a money order, and I'd mail away for it. And they'd come through USPS. These were my variants at my time. Okay.
Yeah,
and they would come through USPS. And so this came in. And then in 2020, I was able to have it signed by Frank Miller. Frank Miller not involved with the book at all. I just saw it as an opportunity to get his signature on a book.
Right.
It's super rare. This book in a 9.8, I've seen go for as much as like $2,000. And so this is my original copy, my original book, got a bunch of tick marks, but in a 9.2 white pager, I'll take that.
That's cool. I've never seen that cover.
Yeah, especially a Wizard magazine for $2,000 at this point. My old lady gets mad when I buy a Funko Pop.
I know, right?
Like,
So,
what are you talking about right now?
the story itself is basically a one shot, but it's a brutal, like, gruesome. It's only like 12 or 13 pages long. It's a brutal, gruesome story. I highly recommend you guys checking it out. So,
super awesome.
All right, getting into my next book. So, of all the Wolverine #1 comic books out there, this happens to be my most favorite cover and my most favorite book of the bunch. And I just got this back. This is from the original collection. I originally sent it off to CGC Comics for the Chris Claremont signing, and it was a 9.6. And they sent it back to me.
Look at that.
In a 9.8. So
Nice.
what we have, and you can see, I think the signature there, it is in gold. So what we have is Marvel Comics presents Wolverine #1 from 1988. This predates the Wolverine #1 1988 first appearance of Patch. Although the first appearance of Patch is quote unquote a key, I personally believe, in my own opinion, that this is a more significant book than that book. And here's the reason why. Because Marvel Comics back in 1988 could have chose any other character to put on the front of their cover. Okay, and they chose Wolverine for it. This basically runs for 10 solid issues, which leads me into my next reveal. Okay, but what's also interesting about this is this also has stories of Man-Thing, Silver Surfer, and the Master of Kung Fu. This also happens to be a newsstand, which obviously is sought after, but I personally believe that this book, and you can get this 9.8 for like $99 if you're lucky, okay? Not in a newsstand, but like, and I just think that this book is more significant than the other,
Wolverine. I've always been a fan of that book myself. I love the front and back are just beautiful, man.
So if you guys get an opportunity, either on either on YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, I show all 10 issues, front and back of all of these, and almost every single issue has Man-Thing on the back of it, and they are just sick freaking wraparound covers. Just go check that out. All right, so that leads me into my next book. As of 3 days ago, there were only 2 of these on the CGC census, and I'm responsible for both of them. Okay, so what this is super baller, Frank. So what this is Marvel Comics presents Wolverine #1 to 10, the trade paperback. Okay, this one happens to be signed by Chris Claremont and Joe Rubinstein. Okay, and so
very cool.
This is from 2005. This is the trade paperback. This is the trade paperback variant edition cover. And so came out in 2005. Walt Simonson did the cover. And so I just decided to get it signed by Joe and Chris. The original one is signed by Walt Simonson. That is somewhere out in the world. So someone owns that one of 2. And this is obviously the other one of 2. And I just chose this because, it's the same exact cover as the other one that I really liked, and said, shit, ain't nobody else did this. I might as well be the first one. And so there you have it. It collects, the 10 issues.
Oh, that's nice.
Gary, I look for one-off stuff that, like, if I can be the first one to own it, even though it really doesn't mean anything, it means something to me. So I'm just cool
like the oddball stuff too. I don't know why. There's an allure to it.
Indeed.
I agree. I agree. That's why when you showed yours, I was like, oh my God, that's the type of stuff that, like, I really like to collect.
That's killer, man.
Here is my first and only sketch cover.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is a Wolverine, the best there is, #1, just a blank cover variant. And so I actually sent this off. There's his signature right there, Arthur Adams. And I sent this off to the signing. I was just expecting a remark. And they had said that, like, they ran out of remarks, but, like, the sketch was like 2 times the amount. And so they sent me back this.
Nice.
And I don't know if any of these, I don't know if he has sketched any of the ones like this. I'm assume that he has. If anyone sees this and you have one of these, I want to know about it. But I consider this to be like a one-on-one from him, and I've always loved his work. And so this was actually not only the first sketch, but the first signature series I got from Arthur Adams. So there you have it.
Yeah,
all right,
that is awesome.
Last two.
MVP.
All right. So Stan Lee's my dog, just like he is.
Who are you talking about?
And so you don't know that guy? I mean, like Stan Lee. I think he like created some horror characters.
He works at the convenience store, right? Yeah. No, okay.
So here we have the only Wolverine signed Stan Lee book I have within the collection. I don't know if I can get a good shot of that. There it is.
The way that skull highlights is cool.
Yeah, that's super nice. Yeah.
So this is the Death of Wolverine #4, CGC 9.8 with the retired label, signed by Stan Lee. And the very first time, and this is when he had no followers, I had no followers. We were just scrolling through trying to find each other. And this is the first time that I met the 9.9 newsstand. And so he and I linked up. He showed me this book and he goes, "You want to buy it?" And I go, No, I don't want to buy it. I don't even know who you are. And like 24 hours later, he posted another one that he sold. I don't even know if he actually sold that one. And I went to him that very same day. I said, "Let me introduce myself. My name is Joseph. I want to buy your Stan Lee book." And here it is in all its glory. And this thing will stay in the collection forever.
That's worth it.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's it. Here it is, the final book. Unless if you want to see the the Grail Wolverine card. Here's the final book. So this book, it's up on the wall right now. I've owned many different versions and many different copies of this book, and it was always difficult. But I finally nailed it. I finally got it. So Wolverine #1 in a 9.8. I just unboxed this. It's signed by Chris down here in the bottom, and again, just a magnificent book that I was able to add to the collection. And I'm gonna leave you guys off with this only because I know not that many people. I mean, I didn't even know this thing existed until 7 months ago, and I'm a Wolverine collector. That's the desiccant packets, by the way.
Oh yeah, I saw. I don't know where I saw. I think maybe on Instagram I saw this or something. You posted or something. Yeah,
the Wolverine rookie card.
That's super cool. Yeah.
So this is the Wolverine Terry Busey rookie card. Again, I didn't even know that this existed. Put on notifications. Patiently waited. One night, 2 a.m. Bang, and this puppy is all mine. And again, just another piece of Wolverine that I'll add to the collection and be leaving it here. And
so I have two quick questions. Two things I want to say. One, it sounds horrible, but God forbid when my father does pass, I cannot wait to get his Wolverine collection because he has a bunch. I'm looking at the comics in the back. I'm like, he has that one. It's gonna be great. Love him though. And his Captain America husband. Second thing though, and I should know this, but I don't. I'm more of a toy collector. Obviously, I just started rereading comics and picking back into it. But I was with Wolverine's helmet or hat, what you want to call it, so is that his hair in there? I know it's like covered, but it's like, is it supposed to be his hair, or is it like supposed to mimic his hair when it's up? Because obviously when he takes it down, his hair goes like that. So it's like I always wondered as a kid. I'm like, is it? Because you pull it off and it's like just, and I'm like, okay, but is that,
I always took it as a feral.
Gary, yeah.
Gary,
you take that.
Is that what it is? Okay, I always wondered. I was like, is it supposed to be like part of his hair? Did he like get in a fight and steal it? The idea? I don't know. I was just weird. I was wondering.
No, hey, look, I don't think anybody really knows, right? But at the end of the day, right, he's got those that come out, right? And then when he takes that off, that's kind of what the way his hair
that's what it
ends
is.
up.
Yeah, so
but yet the whole covering actually covers like his his head, and so you wouldn't be able to see that. So it's just
Frank. The dirty secret is that Logan's a big Flock of Seagulls fan.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
There you go.
It really. It's hilarious, actually.
All right, well, let's check out some Deadpool stuff. What's up, Jason? How you doing, man?
What's going on, guys? I appreciate you having me.
Glad to get to hang out with you again, bro.
Yeah.
Last time I had you on Comic Book Addicts. Now I got you back hanging out, showing off some Deadpool stuff.
Indeed. Last time I was stuck in my car because I ended up having to work. Luckily, this time, I'm in the house.
Hell
Nice.
yeah. Well, what
adulting gets in the way of all the fun.
I'm in the process of moving, so a couple of my shows I've taken down, but I got everything ready for me.
Do
Nice.
you? Okay,
Awesome.
cool, man. Well, what is it about? You talked about it a little bit on Comic Book Addicts, but explain what it is. What got you into Deadpool and what it is about Deadpool that you love so much?
I mean, so kind of the same thing the last gentleman said. Him being a loner the way he is, just the way he deals with himself and other characters in the comics just changed the way I even process the information. The way they allow him to behave, I just never saw that before, and it intrigued me so much. And I kind of got lost in his personality. Him being so fractured and so maniacal, but still so good-hearted in the same sense, just kind of resonated with me because I think I kind of relate to that.
Yeah, that's as good an answer as any. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I understand. I can see that for sure. What was your first thing? What was your first Deadpool item that you can remember picking up?
First item was for sure the Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. Being a teenager coming across that, it changed a lot for me because I was already a comic book nerd, but growing up in the city that I was from, you didn't really get to be your full nerdy self without getting slapped around too much. So, as an adult, I kind of got the opportunity to fully dive into what I really like to do.
Awesome.
Nice.
Well, what you got for us, man?
Yeah, I want to see some stuff.
Okay, quick story. My first run-in with Rob Liefeld, it did not go well at all. We went through a back and forth of phone tag and, message tag for almost a year and a half. I had ordered almost about $1,200 worth of items from the gentleman, and it just never came. Wow. Fast forward a year and a half later, he does a signing about 20 miles from where I am. I contact his personal assistant. I say, hey, can I come and pick up my items in person? He says, for sure. And I get there, and it was just probably the best experience I had in my life. He treated me like a celebrity. He gave me about 45 minutes of uninterrupted time, some really candid questions, and he gave me about like $1,000 worth of extra items. I mean, it's probably worth more now, but I mean, coming straight from him of what he was charging people, yeah, he gave me quite a bit of extra items. So that was great. And with that said,
cool.
with my Wolverine guy,
made up for it.
Yeah, right.
He did because the interactions were getting really, really frustrating after a while. I have a signed exclusive cover here with Wolverine, Deadpool,
that's nice.
Cable, and Venom on there, signed by Rob Liefeld. I have quite a few signed items from him. These ones I did not get sent off. Yeah, he had a CGC signing recently, but a lot of those items got lost in the sauce, so I'm really glad I didn't send those out. There's another item I got from him, which is really hard to come across now, which is the Good Housekeeping.
That's awesome.
Cover that he signed. I don't know why I enjoyed it. I don't know
I've never seen that. That's awesome.
Such a good cover.
Yeah. I don't know why. I clamored to the idea of just having this one when I first got it. Yeah.
That's a must-have.
It truly is, man. And I got a couple of covers that are really hard to find. I have this Deadpool #1 of the recent Deadpool run with the Notorious B.I.G. cover.
Oh, that's cool.
It's only 800. Yeah, it's only about 800 of these in circulation. So this is one of my favorites. Yeah. Rob Liefeld also released this Spider-Man homage.
I remember that one.
This one's signed. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. This is an easy find, but again, I like the cover and the color.
Yeah, it's such a cool homage.
Came across this guy. It's not Deadpool, but it is still technically. It's the first appearance of Gwenpool, Howard the Duck #1.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, now this, I came across this in the wild. It was just sitting in the cabinet. The guy didn't even really know what he had. It was an older comic book shop I had found.
That's a good find.
Came across this one recently too.
Oh, I like that cover.
Joe.
I recognize that right away.
I've never seen this before, so I was excited to have this. And the guy charged me about $2 for it, so definitely worth it.
Yeah,
$2. Yeah,
21, the silent issue or something.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So here's another one of the ones that I keep around. This is the Deadpool Black and Black.
Oh,
Another
wow.
one of my favorites. This is a
That's
good guy.
a killer
Now,
cover. Yes. And you
this one
collect
right
a lot
here.
of toys too. You're a toy collector as well.
Oh
right?
man, I've secured almost every American item except about 13. I'm left now, so most of my items that I'm getting are from overseas right now.
Y'all go check
This
out
right
his
here.
Instagram. It's crazy.
Crazy.
Right here will be a
JigpoolNC.
9.8, the Todd Knott cover.
Ooh.
There's only
Todd
800
Knott.
of these. Yeah, and it's signed by Rob Liefeld and Alyssa Wong, who's the current writer of the new series. She comes to my city quite often. She's been here twice so far. She'll be here again next week. I plan on getting the last few issues of the current series signed by her when she gets here.
That's pretty awesome.
Of course, my one of my pièces de résistance is, of course, the script from the first movie.
That is sweet.
Wow.
That's amazing. Holy cow.
I love
Signed by
that.
That's
Rob
beautiful.
Liefeld and Stan Lee prior
It's super cool.
to his death. Yeah. And
Hey, you got to get Ryan Reynolds on there now.
that is my plan.
Jeez,
The Wrexham team played. I work at UNC Chapel Hill, and they played one of their most recent games at Keenan Stadium. And I showed up in uniform, in my Deadpool uniform, of course, but he didn't show up. Him or Rob McElhenney. They just had cutouts over there by the dugouts of them two. So I got a picture with the cutout. I thought that was good enough.
You got to make it short. Dress up in your Deadpool outfit. Hold your cell phone, and in the short say, "If I don't get a hold of Ryan Reynolds, I'm canceling my Mint Mobile mobile service."
That's
Seriously.
genius. That is genius. Real quick, that's genius.
Creative.
Seriously.
I'm really gonna make that video. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
He'll do it too.
Deadpool. Yeah, I surely will.
Oh, that's nice.
Card.
I like that. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
This is slated as new mint, so I'm not really sure of the complete value of this guy. I do not.
It doesn't matter as long as you love it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's super nice.
And 2 years ago, Panini,
Ooh.
Italy. This is a solid gold
that is
coin
cool.
with a rookie card attached. It was only sold for about a year through Panini Italy, and this is probably my second favorite item next to, of course, the statue of myself.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
My wife got this guy made for me 2 birthdays ago, so I keep this guy pretty close to me as much as I can.
Yeah, I was talking to him when he was on Comic Book Addicts. He's got an amazing wife who totally backs him up on his hobby and his collecting. It's awesome.
She tries. She tries her best.
That's cool, man.
She tries.
Man.
Well, is that your? Oh, my bad, Frank. I didn't mean to.
No, I actually had a question. I kind of have a question for like everyone together, since this.
Sure.
Two of you especially kind of go together with this, but so do you feel like the movies like kind of represent the characters, like what you see, like what you thought the character was going to be? You know what I mean? Because a lot of times you get movies and they're like, I don't know, whatever.
For me as Deadpool, there's no one else that could be him. Ryan Reynolds' personality is so powerful. You really get Ryan Reynolds. That's just what it is. Ryan Reynolds.
Right, I understand that. Yeah,
and his physicality too.
Yeah. Absolutely, his mannerisms, all of the above. And I'm sorry I didn't get to this one. And a lot of people believe that they met in the New Mutant series.
Uh-huh.
Their first meeting was actually in this Toys R Us X-Men comic book that happened.
Yes.
I did a video series on before. Yes, you understand. This was the first place they actually came in contact with this guy here.
I'm learning
and
something.
They are around, but they're really hard to come across. But if you are a fan, you probably should get yourself one of these because they're dirt cheap, but they're very, very, very valuable if you know who you're talking to.
That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
I am so happy that you brought that up. Thank you so much, because not that many people know about it. Not that many people talk about it. And one of the major reasons why is because they don't own it. Everyone is touting everyone's touting, obviously, what is it? 98, whatever the
98. Correct.
Right. So at the end of the day, that is their first. They're in the same damn panel together.
Correct.
And it is just amazing. Thank you so much for bringing that up. And for all of you that don't know, go check out my YouTube. I got a Did You Know on that. Give all the details on that book. Shout out to you, sir. Thank you.
There you go. Go check out Wolverine's comic shop. And hey, Joseph, how do you feel about Wolverine's portrayal by Hugh Jackman on the big screen?
So, as soon as he asked that question, I went all the way back to the original X-Men, like when we first saw him, right? And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, for me, number one, if I get something on the big screen, I'm happy with what I get. I might not necessarily like it, or it might not adapt to but it is something that I grew up with. It is something that I've always wanted to see. So regardless of what it is, most of the times I just appreciate it for what it is.
Appreciate it. That's the word. Appreciate.
You know what I mean?
Maybe
the
late 70s Captain America.
like She-Hulk, right? So we all know what She-Hulk was. But to me, I was just happy that I got a She-Hulk. I was happy that I got a series.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
So for me, when you asked me that question, it was perfect. And he's evolved as not only a human being, but he's evolved as a character. Because when I think about all the way back, I think of like, oh my God, it's like a teenage Wolverine or like a young Wolverine. And then I get to watch Old Man Logan, right? The most recent Wolverine. And he's an old man. He's dying. He is showing his over 200-year-old age. There you go. And it's been a good representation of the character and who he is. And the fact that they gave him an R-rated, movie is even better. Now, what we all need is a Weapon X series, like a double R-rated Weapon X series. I'll take 6 episodes and then we are sold in and solid in. That's what I'm looking for.
I'm excited to see team up of
What about Conan portrayed on the big screen? I'm not real familiar. Has he been portrayed in a good way on the big screen?
So the Arnold movies, as much as I love them, they're a cross between Conan and King Cole.
Conan, they are. Yeah,
right. That whole Conan origin is not Conan's origin. His origin is a 16-year-old youth going over the walls of Venarium to help protect his village and fighting. And then after that, the wanderlust hit him, and he wanted to see the world. Conan was like that whole Wheel of Pain thing.
Yeah, where he's like walking, pushing.
Everybody loves the Wheel of Pain. That was just to show him getting big in the movie. It was just completely made up garbage.
That's fair.
Wow,
that's fair.
That has nothing to do with Conan's creation whatsoever. That whole thing was cobbled together, and as much as I love it, neither one of those movies are true Conan movies. Now, you get to the Jason Momoa one.
Yeah.
Really bad script. Jason Momoa and the cast are not the problem of that movie. The script is. Momoa looks like the Conan Robert E. Howard wrote.
Yeah.
He was a much more accurate looking Conan. Conan could scale a tower that was almost flat stone with his fingers and toes that other people couldn't, and get in there and take whatever's in there. He had a lot of different things and every movie so far has depicted him as a little slow. Conan's actually extremely smart. Wherever he's at, he reads the whole situation. He knows who he's watching out for. He knows what's going on. Wherever he goes, he ends up being the leader. And he has 3 things that get him in trouble: drinking, women, and gambling.
Nice.
Which seems to be.
Now, what about? Have you seen anything about the new movie that they're supposed to be like in production or making?
Netflix series, I heard.
Oh, is that it? Okay,
Yeah,
I just know Arnold was involved in it or something. I saw.
No, not anymore. I don't think, but I have my own pitch for that, right? Because there's like 24 Conan stories from Robert E. Howard, but you do 3 seasons of Conan through his different ages, as a mercenary, as a thief, leading the Kozakis in the desert. So you do 3 seasons of him growing up to be king. You could even have, and this was Varangian Vigilante's idea, and it's a brilliant idea, have Arnold narrating it as King Conan, his adventure. But then when those 3 seasons end, you end the Conan series, and next year you start the King Conan series, and it's seasons of him as a ruler.
That would be cool. Yeah,
I
can see that.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Game of Thrones budget.
Budget.
There you go.
We'll see.
Awesome.
Well, depends if we ever have actors again. So yeah.
I just don't know why they don't ever adapt Howard Tales, right? They keep making movies. Oh, we got an original story, and the story sucks.
Fair. Very fair.
Well, you got any more stuff?
Pleasure watch them. All right. So we're going to start out with the Conan 112 figure.
Oh my God, yes, toys.
Awesome.
Usually I don't take them out of the box, but this one had to be on display in all my videos, so he came out of the box.
Cool.
Well, thanks. Yeah, thanks for showing us that, man.
I like that.
So this thing is just
What year
cool.
is that from?
It's got the Frazetta base, huh?
What year is it
Oh,
from?
look at that. Oh,
I think this was 2020.
Frazetta artwork on the base.
you know what company put that out? Do you know?
112.
Oh, okay. It was,
Yeah. So then we also have, just for
That was
funsies,
awesome.
we have the
For
Conan Barbarian Pops, we
sweet.
have the
Yo,
War
Frank.
Paint, the PX exclusives,
Yeah.
and just the regular.
Dude, I want the action figures too.
I didn't know
Right.
those existed. Those are awesome.
Oh,
Really?
there's,
You didn't know
there's
they
Red
existed?
Sonny ones I have
It's
too.
the one. It's like Funko Pop has something for everyone. Come on now,
Then,
you know
this is
that.
a horrible looking
Everyone.
figure, but I had to have it. This is the Amigo reprint, reissue
Nice. Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
cool.
with some
belt.
great back panel art with
Oh, the
Sullivan
art's
King,
nice,
King
yeah.
Saul, Conan.
Yeah, that's beautiful artwork.
And Conan wielding a double axe. That's what I'm
Now
talking
this-
about.
Heck
This
yeah.
is a really cheap figure, but this came out with the Conan the Barbarian video game from 2007,
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's awesome,
Ah.
actually.
Yeah.
and you can just get it for like $15 on eBay. But it's
Yeah.
just I played that game because you got to be Conan, loved it. So then this next one's a gift, and this is one that eluded me for a while. And you go on eBay and they always want $100 or more for it. And I opened my door one day and I have a package on my doorstep. And it's from Scott from Hoarder's Hide. And it's just, didn't know what to send you. Hope you'll like this. And this is Conan and Rawl, the Devourer of Souls.
Oh man,
Oh, that's super
dope.
cool.
Wow.
And this
Oh my
was a
God.
2-pack from, I think, the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's wonderful.
when it first came out, it was like a $34 toy, but not as easy to get anymore.
Yeah.
And again, and they had a whole series.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, look at all. Yeah, I'm like.
So, and this was made by Marvel.
That's
So
super
that
cool.
was a Marvel toy.
That's really
And,
cool. I
then
enjoy seeing stuff like that I haven't seen
we have
before.
Pit Fighter Conan.
Oh, that's nice.
And this one's okay, but the sculpt is too shiny. You can't really see it in the box, but
Mm.
but
The helmet's crazy. All the spikes.
yeah. So I mean, the packaging is gorgeous.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
it's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Love the
So we have
packaging on
that.
that.
And then one of the only this I had to get because before this figure, I don't think this guy's sculpt has ever been on a toy. All right, and this is James Earl Jones as Thulsa Doom.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's super awesome.
The
Wonderful.
voice of Darth
Yes.
Vader, but you've never seen his face on a toy.
No, that's super
That's
cool.
wonderful.
And James Earl Jones is just iconic.
Of
Indeed.
Yeah.
course.
And I couldn't not have James Earl Jones. So and
Yeah.
then, again,
That's
really
cool.
cool.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that's some awesome box artwork.
All right, and then of course we have one of the first ones I bought. So first we're going to show you this beautiful packaging.
Ah,
awesome.
yes.
Yeah.
I love
Now,
that.
this
Been
is a
looking at
Super
that the
7
whole time
figure.
in the back.
So Super 7, and you can see it right there in the bottom.
What a beautiful display piece
so
on
this
its
is-
own.
That is nice.
Modeled after Conan the Barbarian 1.
Oh,
yes.
That's cool. I like that.
I
And
love
it's just an amazing figure.
The spear's
needed-
nice.
Yeah, man. I need to get a good Conan for my collection to go on the shelf. That's awesome.
I could have swore I
Well,
had
I
one
was
and like I
happy
don't.
to get
What
that.
happened?
And then the last couple things I'm going to show before I have to get off here in a few minutes and get ready for CJ.
Yeah, because
He's
actually,
awesome.
I wanted to mention that so everybody knew. Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy, is actually going to be on Comic Journeys channel at 8:30 p.m.
Yep.
Yeah, so y'all be sure to bounce over and check him out over there here in just a
Nice.
little bit, about 35 minutes actually.
Wow.
So this is a Mark Texera print from the Ladies of Midori, which is
Oh,
a
that's
fun
beautiful.
story.
Nice.
I like the women on the sides there.
Indeed.
Yeah, mostly known for his Ghost Rider.
Ah,
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
I'm not going to take all these out,
okay, I
but
know exactly who that was.
all these together, I got my LCS sold them to me for $80, but if you look them up, all these together, the ones that I have, they're about 800 to 1,000 if you buy them all. And I did a series of these on Savage Saturday Comic Review with Stephanie,
I
and I
actually
had
saw
her
that.
on for her knowledge as an artist, and she could speak to the art, and just to have someone on there because I'm art stupid, so I needed somebody art smart. So
That was a really fun watch, by the way. I was highly entertained.
and you had so these are just portfolios. This was a Joe Jusko one. There's 5 images in it.
I love
That's
Jusco.
cool.
All right, this one is my favorite Savage Sword of Conan artist. This is Earl Norham.
I
And
remember
his Conan
Stephanie
art
talking about
is
him. Yeah.
incredible. Right, and then you had Doug Beekman.
Yes.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
his stuff's really great.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
awesome.
those are awesome.
And then you had Nestor Redondo. Trying to get this so you can see the whole thing. Just
Mhm.
Oh, those are really nice.
this is
These
when
are
they-
like what, like lithogram prints?
Huh?
What are these? What are these?
So this is This one's 700, number 766 of 2000. So back in the old magazines, like the Savage Sword of Conan's, they would sell these prints, and you could order them and get them sent to you.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
So
I have something similar. I got like X-Men ones, not that many, but that's why I was asking because
they
they
had a
look
bunch.
kind of
They
like
had,
the same thing.
yeah, they did prints a lot. This one is
I
this is
love
the
that.
worst one because it's just Michael Golden, but he was not great with Conan.
Yeah, he kind of looks like the dude from Contra.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought it was.
Seriously, I'm
It's so beautifully ugly.
I know. I'm like, what happened there? Like,
And
That
this
is
is
so
great. This is
beautifully ugly.
Bart Sears.
oh, that's cool. So I
Yeah,
like
that's
that a
nice.
lot. Yeah.
And Bart Sears, just great black and white.
God,
stuff.
even the way he wrote Conan looks awesome.
And then the last
Yeah,
two
the
things
trade
I'm going to
dress.
show tonight are some oddities. So
Okay.
this is a Star Trek
Nice.
record.
That's awesome.
Looking record set.
Wow.
Awesome.
Right? But the cool thing about this is in one story, there's a Conan type character they encounter and have to fight.
This is like
That's
this is like the
cool.
weird stuff I collect when I find things. I'm like,
And
Yeah,
that's
it's
that is
awesome.
weird
awesome.
because
Yeah.
whoever put this out, some of the characters are different. Scotty is not Scotty. He's some
But like, are they
other
recorded by the
nationality.
actual like characters though? Like, is it recorded like? Is it actually like William Shatner
Yeah.
on there and stuff?
Well, yeah, so like there's the Conan looking dude.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
And so so they got the nationalities of the characters mixed up in some of these, which is really weird. The most egregious one,
When did that come out? What year?
let's see.
Like
It came out
1960?
after the show, which is 1976.
Oh, 76. Really? Wow.
Yeah. So guess who that blonde white woman is?
Wait,
Uhura.
is that supposed to be not what?
Is
What?
that oh wow.
That's not Uhura.
I'm like, man, I think they got the pixelation wrong. on
Anything
that
goes
one.
in
I don't know what happened there.
1976.
Yeah, they unwoke it real quick. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's 1976. We're yeah. Like I was gonna say that's a little off,
And,
man.
and guess who this dude in blue is? Where is it? So right here, another nationality mix-up. So they made Uhura white, and they made Sulu this black dude over here. So
Oh wow.
That's so
whoever
weird.
put this together, the artists had no idea who the characters were. They were just making it
Disney
up.
do this? Like what happened? Like
Right?
like what was
It's like, have you even watched Star Trek?
No.
God.
1976. Not enough color folk on this
I
page.
was gonna say
We need to add one.
1976 when
Yeah.
diversity was
respect.
hair color. Yeah, like,
Conan the Barbarian, this is a CD.
oh, that's
Ooh, I
cool.
like
I mean,
that a
not a
lot.
CD, a record.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's beautiful.
And the way I found out about this was through the Jackson Roykirk, who recorded all these on a CD and sent it to me with great cover art on the CD. But I have the record as well. And the only one I didn't take out is I have the comic size one that adapts the Lurker Within or something like that. So,
Just like
Those
stories.
are the
like, you could
oddities.
listen to 'em? Is
Huh?
that like the record, the Conan one? Is it like like stories you could listen to and stuff like
yeah, you listen to them. And
an audiobook kind of vibe?
so the Crawler and the Mist is what it was. I have the single one of this, the Power Records. And it's funny because it's some of the worst voice acting you can listen to, but it's so endearing and charming because it's of the time. But
Yeah.
yeah, the
Awesome.
voice acting is horrible.
That's okay. It's okay. Sometimes
It
it's
is.
sometimes it should be. That's awesome.
Well, dude, Gary B, that was awesome, man. Thank you so
Yeah,
much
it
for
was.
coming on and hanging out with us and showing off your amazing Conan collection and talking to us.
No problem.
Yeah.
And for the other guys that are on here, I'm gonna come back and finish watching so I can see the other things you guys brought.
Indeed.
Awesome. But everybody be sure to go subscribe if you're not subscribed already to Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy. He puts out amazing content on his channel, so be sure to go check it out. And also check him out here in 30 minutes over on Comic Journey's channel.
Yeah.
But thanks for coming out, Gary B.
You're
Appreciate it,
welcome.
man.
And I know Wolverine's Comics. I'm sub to you on Instagram and YouTube. Jigs, this is the first time I met you. Nice to meet you, sir.
Yes, sir. You too.
If you could send me a link on Instagram, and I'll follow you on there.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I appreciate
And
Awesome.
I just
Make that video.
subbed to your channel, so I'm excited
Oh,
to check
thank
out
you.
everything. So yeah, for sure, man.
All right, guys.
Thanks
Thank you
for
very
coming.
much. It's been a pleasure.
Have
All
a
right,
good night, Gary B.
Always a pleasure, Gary. Take care, man.
Thank you, sir. Gary B, everybody. That was awesome. Yeah.
That was
I just
awesome.
learned
He had some
learned-
amazing stuff.
Yeah, really cool stuff.
Learned a lot about Conan too, which is awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, well, Joseph,
What am I
you wanna
showing
show
off?
some
I'm
more-
like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm not showing off anything.
Wolverine stuff?
Yeah, we got a few more. We got a few more in the bunch. So made our way over to a few cards, and then I'm gonna be pulling a couple of slabs off this wall. But the first one up, so we have
Nice.
a matching Wolverine #1.
Yes,
So
I love that, man.
That's cool.
what I did about like 7, 8, 9 months ago, I went on this journey. Basically, I wanted to collect all the 1990 Marvel Universe Series 1 Impel MDC most valuable comics in a Gem Mint 10. And so one of the last ones that I just could not ever get my hands on, and the collection is now completed, was this
look at
sucker.
that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
absolutely.
Now, as a Wolverine collector, I do not own this comic book yet.
Understood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I can go and buy this comic book. I can go and find this, but just one has not just ventured into my hands. Just one has not felt right. I just haven't gotten it into the collection yet. So I was able to get it, and finish up my collection. There are 13 of these. One is like an Avengers #1, a Punisher #1, but definitely a cool set to kind of own the MVC set.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
And then to round out the cards, so basically it's just really kind of like this year. So I always collected cards. I mean, back in the 90s, I used to go to the store and collect like the 1990, Spider-Man sets and the Flair and the Marvel
And the
Masterpieces
flares
and
were
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so, but I never really collected the Marvel Universe. I never collected Marvel Universe Series 1, 2, or 3.
Oh,
So
wow.
always collected I never did. I was always into like the glossy type style cards.
Okay.
And so just recently I was able to add this one to my collection,
Nice.
a card that I never had, that I never owned. So this is just supposed to be, I
Wonderful.
guess, the
love that
rookie Marvel Universe Impel in a Gem Mint 10.
That's super
So,
nice.
Yeah. I was
I was
kind
kind of the same way. Like I have some of those laying around, but like I was always into the Flair, because
Here's
that was
my,
the thing. Oh yeah. I
Series one.
think I have the Dazzler somewhere.
Right.
That's
I think it's
Dazzler's
beautiful.
rookie card.
Yeah, that's super nice.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are great though. That's a great way to do it too. But I gotta get them like in a case like that. You guys have like having like fancy little cases and stuff. Like,
Oh, they've been graded. You send them
I know,
off and
I
get them
know.
graded.
I know, but I'm like just sitting there like a nerd. Like
You know what's crazy? So like I have my collection, right? And every single one of my cards, like I unpack the card, right? And I would top loader, I'd put it in a plastic top loader and put it away. And
Yeah.
the cards to me, they look to be like in mint condition. I mean, I never like played with them or did anything with them. But man, I am so sketched out to set them up to PSA because it's like it's hit or it's like kind of PSA 9, PSA 10 hit or miss, man.
Yeah.
If you don't nail it, you kind of wasted your money away.
After the video, like breathe wrong at it.
There's the nostalgia factor of it, but I don't know that I'm that nostalgic to get like 185 cards graded, and more than half of them don't come back. PSA 9 or 10. So.
Are you missing any particular ones from that series 1? Because I have a ton of those cards. I've been collecting those for a couple years now.
So on the series 1, the only set that I actually collected was the MVC set. So outside of that, I'm not really looking to kind of get my hands on anything else. I was able to get the Wolverine rookie. I was able to get myself a Stan Lee one. And
there are other Wolverines in that set. You know that, right?
There are a few other, but I just wanted to go with the rookie, or the quote unquote rookie card of the bunch, and call it a day.
I got you, man.
I gotta limit. I don't have such a nice wife as Jason does. She don't like this shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that.
The only reason why I'm doing this is because she's at work right now.
Right.
Full transparent.
Like, she doesn't know about this one. Yeah.
That's why I'm moving. That's why we're moving. I have to move in 9 days because she's tired of me taking up the living room. Yep.
I got my little nook. All right, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So, a book that I wanted to just bring up, because I mentioned it as a series. I was mentioning to you guys, I don't have that many Raw Wolverine books left. Mm-hmm. This whole entire set, I left Raw. I have Raw. I'm gonna keep this set. To me, this is just like the best artwork of any Wolverine set, I believe, in my opinion. Barry Windsor Smith. And so many other artists, on this set of titles. It's just tremendous work. And every single one of them comes, with a wraparound. So this just happens to be Marvel Comics presents Wolverine Weapon X number 72, and quote unquote, the first appearance of Weapon X, 1991. Chris Claremont didn't even have anything to do with this book. Signed by Chris Claremont, and I got one in a 9.6. Not signed. It's kind of my thing. I have one signed, I have one not signed, since not everyone's into signed books.
I like that. Yeah, one signed, one not signed. Killer, man.
It's not easy, man.
no, especially those books, man. Those are some awesome books.
And I'll say this, I say this to everybody, 9.6, 9.4, 9.0, 8.0, doesn't matter what it is. You get what you can afford, and not everything needs to be a 9.8. Everything is just a press defect away, or one grader's good day. And that's probably what you saw with those previous 9.6s that turned into 9.8s. It's just a press or a good grader's day away. So never forget that. Real quick, I just want to shout out to the chat, man, because the chat is blowing up over there.
Yeah.
And I just want to we got Trev up in there. Who else is up in it? We got Brian. What's up, Brian?
Yeah.
I want to give some love to the chat over there. Good to see all you guys.
Top and drop. Brian FPS.
Yeah, those.
I'm gonna give Jason back the floor. What do you got?
Yeah, let's see. What's Jason got for us?
All right. I have some other things. I have an in memoriam. It's a 7.5. I guess
nice.
Supposed to mimic his obituary after one of his his deaths.
Did the card just die? What just happened?
Yeah, it did.
No.
My hand powered off a bit.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, man.
That's cool.
And I have a metal 8.5.
Oh, that's sweet.
I love those
foil cover. Yeah, these ones are really, really awesome to come across. I don't know where I came across this one. All right, I have the first appearance of Lady Deadpool.
Ooh, that one's been on.
This is a really great cover. Yeah, people have been looking for this one a lot lately. This is one of my favorites.
I love me a good black and white cover, a good sketch cover.
Beautiful, isn't it?
It's just simplistic.
Right. I got this one from Rob Liefeld. It isn't Deadpool, but it's close enough. And this is a New Mutants 87.
Yeah.
That's
with
awesome.
A lenticular cover.
Yeah, lenticular
cover. Yeah, that's nuts.
So this is one of my favorites that I keep now. As far as
that's really cool. Of
course, he wanted me to pull out the toys. This would be your 1/4 NECA.
That is great.
The Pooley. All of the accessories Every single one of the accessories come out, which I think is really, really crazy. The guns come out, the holsters,
I love
knives
the
come out, all of
That
it.
thing is
awesome.
cool.
For it to be as
That is
large
cool.
as it is, it has a lot of points of
Yeah, that looks.
articulation.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
a
cool.
lot. It has a
Wow.
lot. And the head is interchangeable, has different face plates. You can take off the top to where his brain's showing. It's really cool. I love that guy.
That's the best Deadpool I've seen.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's
like,
one of my
yeah.
favorites. Absolutely, they have a smaller version too, a half-size version of that. Now here is one of my metal die cast. It's Deadpool with
Oh
a
yeah, cool.
1957 Chevy Bel Air.
Nice.
That's awesome.
This
That's
is one of
great.
my favorites. I have a
Pretty
version
sweet.
of this out of the box just so I can put it on my coffee table. This is one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's really cool.
As far as weird items, I have a triple pack of Mr. Potato Heads.
Nice.
Deadpool,
That's what I'm
Mr.
talking about
Potato
right
Heads,
there. Yeah,
Now,
that's
not
cool.
a lot of people have seen these guys.
Oh,
I
it's
came
super
across
cool.
these when I got the Nerf set and the Monopoly set. It was just a big run of,
I gotta ask,
guess,
is that an
Mattel items.
official Mr. Potato Head though? Like, is it like,
I mean, it's
you know
got
what I'm
the
saying?
face. Yeah.
Oh
it's
my
got-
God, it is.
Yeah.
How did they let that
100%.
go? How did Mr.
100%.
Potato?
I don't know how they allowed
You know what I'm
this to
saying?
happen
Like,
because he
Wow.
has weapons in there.
right, that's
as
what
the
I'm saying.
accessories. So for a kid's tool, and it says I will say it's Japanese, but it's still a licensed product.
Hey, you know, still.
Right.
Hilarious.
Stuff's different over there. I don't know.
Only on
Indeed,
S1 and
indeed,
Frank B's,
Yeah,
man.
that's nuts.
Ooh, I
You got
love
the
Marvel Zombies.
Hot Toys, Marvel Zombies.
Oh yeah, dude. Anything Marvel Zombie. Yeah.
Another one of my favorites.
Oh my God.
Hot
Recently did an
Toys. That's like the
unboxing of
high
this
level
guy.
stuff.
Yeah.
These are
dude.
one of the I would say the second highest. But well, Hot
Those
Toys
swords
has
actually cut.
$1,000 pieces. Absolutely, I agree. Now here's one of my favorites is the Mezco. These outfits are actually cloth. These ones you really
What?
can't beat. This one has cloth and leather on it.
Oh
I don't know if
wow.
you can get a good shot, and even underneath it. Come on, let me get up in there. Has a whole nother set of weapons and accessories underneath.
What? And a
With the
stand?
That is
stand.
awesome,
Yeah, to be honest,
dude.
I had opened this maybe 5 times before I actually noticed there were other things underneath.
Where do you
like,
find
there's
all
more.
your Deadpool stuff?
You
Yeah.
said where?
Where do you find all this cool stuff?
Yeah.
Oh
Like.
man, all over. I work hard not to get scammed. Because
Yeah, I could
have,
see that.
Yeah, it's a big deal, man. Because
Yeah.
it all depends on who you're buying it from. Because you can get an item for $120, or you can get it for about $400, just based on who has it.
Yeah.
And here's the X-Men. This is another
That's super
Mezco.
cool.
Yeah,
love
and
that
this one
costume.
again, cloth outfit. It's fantastic. Along with the articulation is slightly less than some of the other ones, but
Mhm.
they still you really can't beat it. And
I don't
last but
own
not
any of those, but those are awesome though.
and I did a video on this one recently. This would be the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive taco truck
Yes.
with the Deadpool corpse in it. And these guys really, really are awesome. And with Kidpool right now being as viral as he is in the conversation, this being one of the few figures or sets
That's
with
crazy,
him
dude.
in there. Yeah, and then
Good talk,
we're
Heather.
gonna
That's awesome.
we're gonna see a lot more of Trico Slatteris. A lot of people don't know who this guy is, the champion of the universe. He is not Deadpool. He is not a variant of Deadpool, but I mean this guy, he would just call him a Rolling Stone. He has a lot of children on a lot of different universes, and he will be a part of this story in this next movie. I can almost guarantee
Is it just the champion? Is it the dude that used to hold the Power Stone or whatever with the red hair?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that dude. He's
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, he's cool.
I wanted to show this real quick. It's a 1995 Deadpool. I'm not actually sure.
I have that
made
guy.
this one.
Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
this one.
Indeed.
This one I got because I only have a few Deadpool figures. I got the pirate, the Deadpool
It's one of my
pirate.
favorite. I have the wild.
Actually, I got this for
along with that.
Christmas, and I was like, "This
Yes.
is like so cool, dude." And then I got
He's
the
one of my favorites.
yeah, and then this one. So yeah, it's like my
blue one.
three little Deadpool dudes. But I was like, dude, like I love them, dude. Like.
Yeah, they're awesome, and the stuff that they do as far as you just articulating them and posing them is just so much fun. This will be my favorite statue from the movie.
Oh yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, when he's sitting there doing the little drawing and stuff.
Yeah,
Really
I think it's about 6 minutes and 32 seconds in exactly, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
the sculptor
a fanatic
of this
right
one,
there.
yeah, absolutely.
He knows the timeline. He's like, it's at 6 minutes, and that's crazy.
The sculptor of that statue, he follows me, and there's about 2 other statues I have who the actual sculptor, sought me out and actually followed me, which I think is really cool. He said because I can't remember the guy's name, but he said that nobody ever really references the fact that they have to make them before they get painted and everything else. Because somebody has to make that, and I just think that's really cool.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody did come up with the sculpt and everything.
Indeed.
Well, that's pretty amazing. What's some of the weirdest? Because they make Deadpool everything. What's some of the weirdest Deadpool stuff you found? I mean, you don't have to show us, but just what's some of the weirdest?
Just I laughed because I do have a giant chair.
As a chair, for God's sakes.
I did a video the other day. Somebody asked me about a Deadpool butt plug, and my wife went to Google and she ordered. Right. I did the video mimicking having just random items, but my wife ordered one, so I'm gonna do a video with the real one. No, I'm not gonna use it. Just let's be clear on that one. Let's be clear on that. But she did order one. There are some of the weirdest Deadpool items. There's actual Deadpool lingerie. There are Deadpool diapers, adult diapers, like fully licensed Marvel Deadpool diapers. Some items that I've thought about buying just to have, but once I get a little more space where I don't have to have them out and I can just know I have them, I'll probably purchase them.
That's a tuck that all the way in the back of the closet. Collectible.
Indeed.
I have a weird story real quick. So when my grandpa passed away, obviously he died in 2019, and he's sitting there and they're like, okay, we're getting the funeral ready and everything, and they're like, well, you have to bring him clothes and everything. I'm like, okay, well, he's gonna need some underwear. I'm like, he needs underwear. What the fuck? Okay, fine. So I'm sitting there, I'm really holding. I'm like, well, I never wear these Deadpool boxers, I guess.
Nice.
I'm pretty. I was like, nice. I was like, well, it's like my thing. I'm like, we'll give them back to you. I'm like, I don't want it back. I'm like, I love my grandpa, but dude, please, I don't need that. What are you doing to me?
G-pop. Nice.
Yeah, but I was that was funny though. I was like, well, I'm not gonna wear these. I guess. So
I appreciate hearing that.
We got a question for Jigpool. Is that Deadpool head on your wall from Royak Studio?
You are a smart person. Jody Royak is one of my good friends. That is from Royak Studios. Yes, it is. Nice. Good job. Good job. It is. That was one of my first commission pieces was from Jody Royak. Correct. I actually have another one around here that I've never opened. Now that you say that, Jody is in California. He goes to thrift shops in California and then re-arts art he finds in the thrift shops.
That's cool.
He did a piece for me recently, and it's weird that I just realized I've never shown this.
Oh, that's super cool,
print.
Man. That's nice.
Over thrift store painting, he painted Deadpool over it, and then he did this masterpiece on stained glass.
That's really cool, actually. Yeah, that needs to be in a frame.
That's beautiful.
Jody, shout out to Royak Studios.
Yeah, shout out.
I'm writing that down. Hold on a second.
Yeah,
Royak
Studios, and he does wood cutout pieces. He's fantastic. And then next to Royak Studios, the light up piece I have there is done by Hang It Up Art.
I like those a lot. That looks cool.
It's 3D piece, man. It comes out of the wall, man. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
It's super cool.
Colossus Collector dropping some knowledge in the chat. Dang.
Yeah. Shout out Colossus.
Good job. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, gentlemen, I appreciate you guys coming out and sharing your collections with us tonight, man. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
This has been fun, indeed.
This is awesome.
I'm glad. Like I said, I learned a lot. So it's nice, especially Conan and stuff. I didn't know a lot about.
I would have never known any of that Conan stuff.
Movies and stuff, and then obviously, Deadpool, awesome. Wolverine, classic, awesome. Wait till they meet together in the motion picture world. I can't
Indeed.
I cannot wait. I'm kind of excited.
It's gonna be a good time.
We have to run this back once the movie comes out. We're gonna have to cut. We're gonna have to talk about this personally.
Do like a review. So stuff.
It's necessary.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Real quick,
came out.
I wore this shirt for you.
Oh, look at that! Yeah.
Yes.
Appreciate you.
Nice.
Love it. Hell
yeah.
A
little fighting scene. I'm gonna hit you.
Had this guy out here. I had all these guys ready for it.
Yeah, I like my old man Logan. Dude.
Oh.
This is one of my favorite Marvel Legend characters.
And
Old
this
Man
Logan,
Logan's
this is
cool.
the one where Deadpool did all of the Blu-ray cover takeovers. If you can see, that's Deadpool's tiny hand.
Oh yeah,
Logan's
that's
hand
hilarious.
on the cover.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Real
he
quick
did a lot of random Blu-ray
Wolverine's comic book. This is a 1991 Toy Biz.
Oh,
Toy
with
Biz.
the
I love
brown.
that.
That's
That is
cool.
91.
awesome.
Yeah.
The
So.
old
That's the one
school
where it
costume.
falls.
You know, I like it because he's
costume.
and I like it because he's like
Yeah.
really short. Like as a character, this
as
one
he
is
should be.
really short character compared to like the other Toy Biz guys. So cool little.
Quick question before we go. Did you hear that they modeled the original Wolverine off one of the characters from that movie Slapshot? That's where his whole model came from.
No, Slapshot.
Yes. Slapshot.
No.
The entire look from the original Wolverine is modeled off a character from the movie Slapshot. The original
Okay.
Deadpool created that. Just watched that the day before yesterday. And if you have somewhere that you can Google that information while we're still here, I'd like
What do
you
you?
to.
I'm like, what is? What? I want to see what this is. Hold on.
It's definitely interesting.
And
I never
it'll
heard that.
show you the photo of the
Slapshot.
gentleman from the movie Slapshot. It's a hockey movie.
I'm on Google. What am I looking for exactly?
Wolverine's original model based on.
It's a 1977 sports comedy movie, which I kind of assumed. Okay.
Found that. Yep.
Let's see here.
Holy cow!
Cult classic starring.
Actually, if you type in
You see
W,
it?
it's if you
Really?
type in
You see
W,
it?
it's literally the first thing that pops up.
Yes,
This dude.
and that's the
They
photo.
look exactly the
That's where
same.
they
Yeah.
modeled his face.
Yeah.
And you were talking
That's
about his hair
hilarious.
and his sideburns. Look, that's where they got
That's
it.
so
from.
crazy. Does he say bub in the movie?
I did
Oh,
not
like-
know that. I did not
Yes.
know that. That's so
His
learned
whole
something new.
mannerisms
That's
and
awesome.
everything came from that guy. And I just found this out maybe a day before yesterday.
Dude, if
Just
you
trying to
type in
find some
Slapshot
information.
in W, it just literally goes to
Comes
Slapshot
right up, yep.
Wolverine. Yeah, I had no clue.
Yeah, look at that.
Well, that's good. That's a great little piece of
Boom.
trivia. Wow.
I
Yeah,
found
it
that out
really
the day
is.
before yesterday.
That's
to
super
prepare
cool.
for
Wow.
this show. Yep.
That is super cool.
You learn
That's
something
awesome.
every day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every day.
The more you know.
Every day.
That's awesome. I like it.
Ding,
Nice.
ding,
That's so
ding,
great.
ding.
Yeah. Well, do you guys want to promote real quick your Instagrams and your YouTubes, where your channels are, all that stuff?
Jason, please go first.
Indeed. Of course, I'm JigpoolNC on Instagram, Jigpool on TikTok. The same thing everywhere else. I'm usually the only Jigpool when you search it up. You can find it on Google and everywhere else. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming out to hang with us again, man.
Indeed.
So Wolverines _ comic shop everywhere you go.
This way.
YouTube, TikTok, Facebook,
That way,
whatnot, Twitter, doesn't matter. The best unboxing, home of the 20-second unboxing reel. You guys better
Nice.
recognize. Come hang out. Come enjoy awesome nostalgic unboxings and learn some cool shit in the process. I like to educate and I like to fill your collection with what you need. So come and hang out. I'm around all the time. Thank you guys so much for having me, man. It's been an
This was
absolute
a great
pleasure.
time.
Yeah, man, it was a blast. And I wanted to say thanks to Gary B, the casual comic guy.
Yep.
Be sure y'all go follow him and subscribe to his YouTube if you haven't already. And be sure to follow and subscribe to both of these awesome gentlemen that came and joined us tonight. And Gary B is actually going to be on Comic Journey's channel in about 7 minutes if y'all want to go check that out. Should be a good
And
time.
I was going to say also in 2 weeks from today, we have our 4th episode, which is going to be on gemstones. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
actually,
that's gonna be awesome.
I need to
Yeah,
throw that
that's
up on the screen real quick. If
So.
if y'all know anybody that has a cool collection surrounding crystals, gemstones, things like that, precious metals, hit us up on youcollectwhatlivestream@gmail.com. And
I actually, they just
love to
opened
have
a
you.
shop like literally in walking distance too. So I was going to go hit that lady up. And by the
Really?
way, I'm excited for the flyer for the Gemstones show that we have made. So once you get a chance to post
Nice.
the flyer up, I'm really excited about it. But
Frank,
yeah,
plug yourself real quick, man. You're really close to hitting 600
guys. So
subscribers.
yeah, last time I was here 2 weeks ago, I just hit 500 and I was super excited. And now I'm about to hit 600. I'm at 574 or 3 or something right now. So thank you guys very much.
Yes.
Please hit me up, Frank's BS, and then on Instagram, Frank's BS1. If you hit up Frank's BS, you get Frank's bath salts. So I know I say it every time, but it's true. An actual bath salt.
Ain't nothing wrong with little bath salts every now and
Yeah,
then.
Not
well,
at
it's
all.
not eating someone's face off or anything. Like this way, I don't go to Florida, man. You go to
I don't know where
Florida,
that
people
came from.
Yeah, no, you end up in Florida, guys eat your face off and stuff. You're like, what's going on? But yeah, so please check it out. And then Scott, how about you?
Yeah,
the channels and stuff.
I'll see you guys Monday night, hopefully 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'll have Sonia Saturday, amazing artist on Comic Book Addicts. So I hope to see y'all there this Monday. And that's all I got. So I guess we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Thank
2
you,
weeks.
guys.
Thank
Sean,
you guys
I
so much.
appreciate
Everyone in the
again.
chat, thank you. Have a good night. Enjoy yourselves.
See y'all. Y'all have
Peace,
a good
guys.
one.
Thank you.